have with me today Edna Hernandez.
Hi.
The queen of new construction, the princess of Dallas, Texas. If you are looking to get your home sold for top dollar in a short period of time, Edna is your girl. Edna, what is your secret?
My secret is I work really hard, I hustle every day, and I put my sellers always as my priority.
So we hear this from everyone,
Yes.
right? Oh, I work
But
hard.
I really do. So people say, but I actually do.
So tell us, what does that mean for a seller, right?
Yes, that means we have communication, constant dates.
Why is pricing the property correctly so important?
It's one of the main ingredients of this transaction. You want to make sure that if you overprice a home, it won't move. It will stay on the market. It won't sell.
And is it true that in some cases it actually sells for less because you started too high than if you had started at the right price?
Correct.
Why is that?
Well, sometimes you want to go ahead. If you put the price in a certain way, people are always going to try to bid on it, and they're always going to try to offer less than what the price is. So that's why it's when you're talking about the right price, it doesn't necessarily mean the value market. There's always ways to work around, to work with the public, with the market. It doesn't necessarily mean the exact. Sometimes it has to be a little below, sometimes it has to be a little bit over. It all depends how you want to handle the transaction at that moment.
Gotcha. Are you saying that it's actually going to sell faster and for more if they use your strategy at 445?
Yeah, because in that way you're doing a price teaser, right?
So price teaser.
Price teaser. So let's say the house the seller wants for 50. We might even go down to like 430. It depends. So we're gonna have a price teaser where we're gonna have all these people that can afford it bring attention to the house, bring offers to the house. So as a seller and as a realtor, give me leverage to work with the offers that the seller actually is considering.
Now, it's been said that Americans are some of the most competitive people in the world. Do you see that in their behavior when there's more than one offer on a property?
Definitely. I mean, if you already when the buyer likes and wants a home, like that's the bring home.
Will they sometimes overbid just to not be the loser?
Yeah, it will. It will. And we saw that back in with the COVID time.
Yes.
And the interest rates were at 2%, people bidding their homes.
People got tired of being losers to the point where they were like, hey, it's $100,000 more than it's worth. Who cares? We don't want to lose again.
We want it.
Yeah.
I just want this home.
Now, how do you get bodies through the door to see the home? What are you doing different?
Well, we have to market the home.
Okay.
And it's not just listed picture. Right? We don't do that no more. We have to keep, bring it up a notch and do actual content on the properties. You have to market the property on social platforms. Do as much open brokers, open houses. But again, it has to be that specific X factor, not just your typical just list the home.
Gotcha. So you do a lot on social media. You're pretty well known. You're quite a public figure here in Dallas. What is your handle?
Posh Barbie.
The Posh Barbie. How do you spell that?
Posh.
Okay.
And then Barbie, it's not your typical Barbie, right? For right purposes.
Okay.
Copyright.
B-A-R-B-Y.
It's B-A-R-B-Y. Many people's like the Posh Baby. No, it's Posh Barbie.
Posh Barbie. Gotcha. Okay, great. So what kind of content are you putting out on these social media channels when you take a listing like this one we're standing in right now?
Well, of course, we gotta give exposure to the house, right? As much as engaging to the public.
Okay.
And not only that, but also the education part to the buyer.
It sounds like you're providing a higher level of service. So yes, you represent the seller, which means that you represent the interests of the seller.
Of course.
However, you're helping to educate the buyer to where the buyer feels comfortable purchasing a home you represent. Is that right?
Correct. I mean, as my seller is my client, my job is to keep the integrity of the transaction, keep, the best interest of my client, and making sure that buyer, successfully purchase the property is part of my job to make sure that cater.
Something I've also seen with you is that you help a lot of sellers who maybe they use somebody else and just because they didn't know you yet, and the home didn't sell. So you have been helping these sellers on their second chance, expired, canceled, withdrawn. How are you finding them, and then what are your results for them?
Well, I am blessed to be part of a team that has really, teaching us the arts of prospecting. Everything goes back to basics, right? There's always going to be new methods and new ways, but it's always back to basics.
The only way for you to find them, to help them, is to call them.
Yeah, it's cold calling. It's complete strangers on the other line, making them feel safe and trust you to sell that home. So you've
had great success for these folks. I've seen you take listings where they were previously priced at $350, they didn't sell, and you got it sold for $349, which is pretty unheard of. How are you doing that?
Trying to give as much exposure to the property, market it properly.
It's a more aggressive strategy that's different than the first agent.
Yes, definitely.
Gotcha. So if you potentially had some trouble getting your home sold with your previous agent and you need to get that home sold, Edna Hernandez is the gal to get it done. Reach out to her at Posh Barbie, or
you can call me directly, text me 214-240-4509.
For more tips like this to help you get top dollar for your home, go ahead and like and subscribe.
Thank you.